Hi, my friends. Frank Weiss from the Cranwell Foundation. You know, in the gospel today, Jesus gives us a parable of the mustard seed, and he says the kingdom of heaven is like this tiny seed. It looks like it'll amount to nothing, but you plant it in the ground. Next thing you know, you got this huge tree. You can be shaded by the sun. You can eat of its fruit, and that's an illustration of the kingdom of heaven. Something mysterious and amazing happens out of what seems like nothing. You know, and everybody's heard me tell this story 1,000 times. There was a lacrosse camp going on at Canterbury today for these little girls, and the coaches were all players from Boston College. It must have been an independent camp. None of our coaches were there, but I just happened to roll up there and I saw the girls practicing. I had a conversation with one of the coaches. Great kids, and I asked if I could speak to the girls at the end of the practice. They said absolutely. So I told the kids the Petramala story. Now, for me, that's the modern day story of the mustard seed. And basically, the story goes like this. And if you've heard this, you've probably heard me tell it. Now, when I tell the story, I'm not taking credit for this kid's success. This is an observation of something amazing that happened from what seemed like nothing. So this is my modern day mustard seed story. One of my first coaching jobs was coaching the boys' JV lacrosse team at St. Mary's of Manhasset. And I would drive my van up to the field. My players would meet me and wheel me to the practice. Well, this season, something started happening every day. This kid named Dave would walk up to the driver's side of my van, knock on the window, and say, "Coach, let me talk to you for a minute." I said, "My name is Dave. I'm a sophomore at St. Mary's. I'm 16 years old, and I'm playing baseball, but I know I should be playing lacrosse." So finally, one day, Dave told me his parents were going through a divorce. His father was a baseball player, a star, and a coach. And Dave felt like maybe if he played baseball, he could heal his family's, you know, difficulty. But he said it just wasn't working. I know I should be playing lacrosse. So Dave came out for summer league, played a few games, and then gave me a list of 5 Division I coaches. He wanted me to write to tell him he needed a full scholarship for lacrosse. And after that, I wrote the letters just to get him off my back. And then I just observed. I only coached him a couple summer league games. But I watched what this kid did. He took his pain and his suffering, and he went for it, and he never looked back. And among his accomplishments, he made high school All-American, made the Empire State team, 3-time first-team All-American at Hopkins, Player of the Year in Division I lacrosse as a senior. He won the national championship at Hopkins as a player. He made the USA team against Canada in the World Games, named the most valuable player of the World Games, named the number one player in the world. Coach of the Year at Cornell, Coach of the Year at Hopkins, won 2 national championships as a coach at Hopkins, and now is the winningest coach in Hopkins history. What's the message for you and for me? That, in my estimation, is the kingdom of heaven. That's exactly what Jesus is talking about with the mustard seed. It's what Dave Petramala was able to do through his suffering and his pain. And you know what? For all of us, we need to die to ourselves. We got to figure out what our gift is, and we got to go for it. But we got one time to go around. This is it. Carpe diem. Seize the day. Let's go for it. Let's you and I be mustard seeds. All right. God bless you.